Hey everyone.
We just parked at the Wachusett Reservoir Dam. Now we're doing a quick walk down the street to the abandoned train tunnel. See those pillars down there in the water? Used to be a trestle over 100 feet tall, connecting, going over the street. That's how high it was. And see the rapids discharging a ton of water down there. Let's go for a walk. Some kind of race is going on. Okay, just ahead of that cop is the entrance to the tunnel. We've been here a few times, but I have much better lights today. Look at the sidewalk, how neglected it is. There's actually a paved sidewalk going all the way up to the guardrail. Look at all that neglect. The plow keeps pushing things up here during the winter. They never scoop it off, and look at all the poison ivy. Oh, you can see right up here. See how open it gets, the sidewalk? Okay, we're at the entrance of the tunnel. There's only traffic coming from one way now because the police have blocked it off. See, the bridge would have gone over the street here. Probably would have been a low clearance for big trucks. Walking up the incline, not too bad. It's nice and gradual, not that bad. It's always new graffiti here. Every time I visit, just a few months apart, the graffiti's always painted over. That's how much there is. Lots of poison ivy. Look at this, people even painted the tree. See how high this trestle would have been? All the way across to the other hill, over this whole valley. Should have kept it, it would have made a good bike trail. Oh, look at this, the state of Massachusetts is trying to keep people out. Well, this place is open to the public. Don't know why the gates are here. You can even look it up. Google will put you right here. It's a tourist attraction. But for some reason, they put gates up. It's not even barbed wire. Anyone can climb over that. What does it even say? Oh, it doesn't say anything about being closed. It says Clinton section. Yep, they want to make a rail trail and they want you to donate. I'm so surprised it doesn't say no trespassing. I really expected it to say that. If there was a lock, someone definitely cut it. You can't keep people out of this place unless you bricked it shut. Awesome. Hey, look at this, Homer Simpson. That was here last time. Really cool. Got a bunch of lights today. This guy was, oh, it's all covered up. That was actually a good drawing here. All covered up. Really cool. This would make an awesome bike trail. I've seen tunnels like this before, and they'll put street lights in here. They'll run conduit over the ceiling, but probably they need to gain a bunch of money, that's saying, because they probably need to build another trestle going across. That would be totally awesome. Should have left the old one. Scrap iron's not worth as much as it would cost to rebuild it, and that old train bridge would have been really strong. Okay, these new lights are working actually great. Look at the deterioration here of groundwater. This area, Massachusetts, received between 5 and 6 inches of rain in one day a couple days ago. So the end of it is most certainly going to be flooded. There's always water at the end. That's why we got boots on. And you see, it's actually graded nice. The state must have done something, because there used to be boulders in here that fell from the ceiling, because the concrete only goes like 100 feet to stabilize it. And you can see here the freeze and thaw cycles are slowly destroying this. That piece of wood may have been the molds from when they first built the tunnel. Wasn't a tree this deep in. But look at all the random trash people bring in. Fireworks, other things, spray cans. It smells like cigarettes in here, actually. If you come here in the winter, there's icicles stretching up to the ceiling. Come here after a thaw, it's dangerous. Giant pieces of ice falling. Pieces of ice that are like a few times as thick as your body. Definitely kill you if it fell on you. This is really cool. Not too far in. It's amazing no one else is here. The parking lot's packed. Must be for whatever race is going on, or just to walk around the dam on the walking trails. Okay, I've got to an area. This is why you need boots. If there's already water at this point, the end is probably going to be really flooded. Just a simple pair of rain boots will do the trick, especially if you want to walk to the curved arch bridge at the end, which is pretty cool. It's about to get really dark in here because I'm about to reach the end of the concrete, which really helps illuminate. Okay, we've reached the end of the pointless graffiti. The graffiti artists don't like the cave part. It's kind of hard to put graffiti on this kind of rock. Really cool. Look at the big pieces that fall off the walls. And look at these marks. They sent some kind of grader through here. And honestly, I don't know how they got it in here to grade this, because the end is such a mud hole. They can't see how they would possibly get machinery in here. So I think the most feasible option is maybe they lifted a small grader up with a crane and placed it there. It's the only way I could see they would have got it in here. Yeah, these new camera lights work awesome. I've never been able to illuminate up to the ceiling with any of my other stuff. Oh wow, this is totally awesome. Do you hear all that dripping water because it rained so much this week? The walls are literally trickling with water, spring water. I bet the water coming out of these holes is really clean, except for all the garbage here. Look at that, the walls are dripping with water everywhere, and it sounds so nice. Yeah, this would make an awesome bike trail. Go through here on a hot day with all the water trickling on you. But then again, this is Massachusetts. I think there'd be so many liability issues. They'd have to shut the gates in the winter time. Someone gets crushed by a giant icicle. Because this state, you can't just put up signs that say your own risk, because there's messed up laws here. Now, a good state like Pennsylvania, they put signs up all the time with a big list of the risks saying you take all responsibility. You literally can't go after them in that state. But it's nice to see this. Kind of sad to see the gates go up. This is beautiful. The drainage ditches, they definitely graded this and they cleaned out the drainage ditches. The first time I came here, there was so many puddles. It was not fun at all. Love seeing this graffiti in here. Or, no, I do not love seeing the graffiti. I meant to say I love seeing the dripping water in here. Look at that. See the stalactites? That's what you see, all the mineral buildup coming down the wall. And there are some mini stalactites all over the ceiling now that I have the proper lights to see it. That's what you're seeing here. All that whiteness on the wall compared, you see the bare rock, and right here, that's mineral buildup, all this white stuff you're seeing smeared all over the ceiling. And look at it dripping water right up there. Oh, that looks so beautiful coming down towards the camera light. Drip, drip. Drippity, drip, drip, drip. Yep, it's definitely flooded down here at the other end. And it looks beautiful. I've never been here during the summertime. It's late summer. Today is September 4th, 2021. Having some fun. About to hit the flooded area. Yep, and there's gates on this end too. Can't believe it, knowing Massachusetts, putting a sign up that doesn't say no trespassing. Look at a drainage ditch here. This water is so clear. Beautiful spring water. Oh, wow. I just got soaked. That was dripping a lot. I actually personally love coming here in the winter. You gotta wear crampons because it's a big sheet of ice, but it's a winter wonderland. The icicles are so big. And I'll put some links in my description to a winter video that I filmed here. It was so awesome. Look at a landslide of rocks just fell out of that crack. Probably happened in the spring. Over the winter, water expands and the ice still holds it together. The spring lets it loose. Actually, the flood is a lot less than normal years, because I said it looks like they graded it. They must have done that the whole way. Oh yeah, it's a lot better than it usually is. And you see over here, even if you didn't have boots, people built this here to walk. But I got my boots, so I'm gonna walk right here. You can even see the grader marks. Yep, they've sent a grader through here. They had to have lifted it up. I don't know how else they would have got it in here. Yep, this area is usually so much mud, you can't even walk here. Things have really changed. And it's nice. The people around here had the common decency not to graffiti the sign. Because these fences, by the looks of them, they've been up for a little while. They already have surface rust. They've been here for a little while. You see, it looks like they want to build this. That's why it's red. They need to build a new bridge here so they can make a bike trail connecting the tunnel to here. That's one super high bridge, and it's gonna cost probably millions of dollars to do that. But they're looking for donations. That would be pretty cool. In here, they would definitely need to put some lights for safety, like run conduit over the ceiling. That's not a ton of money. The labor's a ton of money, because that's what I do, electricity. Electrical work is almost all labor. So I recently did $6,000 worth of electrical work, because that's what it would have cost if you hired an electrician. I did the whole job for just under 300 bucks. That's how much it costs to hire an electrician to do the stuff. I gotta see this thing with the gates closed. Oh, this side has a no trespassing sign, but we didn't see it until the end. That's okay. The other side, you saw that we didn't see any no trespassing sign. That's the state of Massachusetts' fault. But this is pretty cool. That's gonna be my thumbnail right here. We didn't know better. No, we did not. Cool. Might not be able to come here again until they actually make it into a trail. But it's still online. Like today, I'm gonna screenshot it so the town can't say it never existed. It literally says open to the public when I Googled it. And I'm gonna put that on the screen right now. The other side may have had a sign. I didn't look behind the other gate over there, but that's a town's own fault. Who cares? It's been open for years. They're just worried about a rock falling on someone's head and the state getting sued. That's all they're worried about. Rocks falling is most common to happen in the spring thaw. It's summer. It's not going to happen right now. Walking down to the nice arch bridge, which was built at the same time as the tunnel. Now, you just saw the screenshot I showed. If you click on hours, it does not close. One time I came here to film in the middle of the night, probably in the springtime. Yeah, here you need boots because this is pretty muddy. You just got to watch where you step, because sometimes you may step, like you step once, it goes down a few inches, step again, you might go down a few feet and get stuck. You just got to feel the bottom with every step. Anyways, one time I came here, oh, see what I mean? And this stuff stinks. There's a lot of sulfur gas and stuff. We're gonna make the whole area smell like a big fart. Pretty cool. It smells like the little glass stink bombs if anyone ever bought those and used them. We're making the whole area smell like that. Anyways, I came here once at night, came in here, explored the whole thing, came back to the car, decided, nah, I'm gonna sit here in the car and do my editing. Cop pulled up behind me, walked up to the window, wasn't angry or anything. He asked me, did you already explore it? I said yes, and he told me, no problem, but next time, just remember it's closed at night. Come here during the day, because this is a tourist attraction. It's normally open during the day. Looks like that's not gonna happen anymore now because of the signs that just went up. Cop wasn't angry or anything. He probably would have told me to come back in the morning if I hadn't explored it yet, because I already did. Cop was nice, and he just drove away, that's all. I'm gonna come down here to the next bridge, and there's a refrigerator and stuff. They did not bring the machine this far. They must have cleared something at the end because those boulders were not there. they pushed those boulders out of the way, or probably pulled them out of the ground with the machine. They didn't want to bring the machine this far, because down here they'd actually have to pour gravel to get rid of this, open the drainage ditches up. Yeah, they'd come in here with an excavator, dig the ditches out so it could flow away, then they'd put gravel over the top of it again. The reason this is such a mud hole, because trees and debris falling down here. You see like these rocks? Looks like there was a landslide here, blocking the drainage ditch. And being abandoned so long, leaves over the years, all these leaves blowing down into this gully, they rot. It builds up sediment, and that we are releasing gas right now. Got a little frog there. Anyways, it filled up with natural debris and also some garbage. It filled it in, turned it into more of a swamp. It could easily be cleaned up with some excavation. State of Massachusetts should try to find people who want to volunteer to do it. A lot of people, I'm sure, would want to volunteer to do this. Pretty cool. Refrigerator's been down here for years. There's a microwave coming up here. It's been here as long as I've been coming here. And we're not going to walk any further. There's nothing else down here, but it would make a pretty cool bike trail if it's done properly. I don't know where the microwave went, but I see a big truck tire. See that looks like an expansion tank for a furnace maybe. Bunch of other various garbage. I don't see the microwave. It's probably stuck in the mud, or it looks like a lot of current has been coming out of here. Maybe it got swept away. There's the refrigerator door and a bunch of other debris. Oh, someone had a nice little campfire down here. This is a pretty cool hangout place for people, or it was a cool hangout place for people until they put the gates up. Now we better get out of here now that we've seen the sign. But I am not worried about getting in trouble because they didn't put a sign on the other side. If the state really wanted to keep people out, they could whip up a quick cinder block wall until they get the funding to actually put this place, I should say, open it. Or, you know what else the state would probably, they would not put up a wall, because if someone did manage to get in there, they would need to be able to get emergency crews in there. That's probably their thinking behind it. Or just having the fence up there unlocked will protect them legally if someone gets hurt. They'll say, hey, you went through the fence, it was your own fault. But Massachusetts is not a good state as far as that. They'd probably win anyways. I'll see you back on the inside. As you can see, it's pretty sticky, the mud. Really sticky. You only going in a few inches, you take the wrong step, whoop. If it was deeper, my boots would be flooded from this. When you go pretty deep in this mud, it makes the whole area smell like sulfur and other nasty, rotten material. Stinks really bad. Well, this was cool, visiting the tunnel one last time before it's reopened. Personally, it not being abandoned, it won't be any fun to me anymore. I love it being abandoned, full of water like this. As soon as it's paved and fixed, I don't think it'll be very much fun anymore, because they're gonna put lights in it. There's so much wind coming through here now. There's never an issue as far as gas building up inside here. Someone dropped their sunglasses, but it's missing a lens. Let's go back inside, get my lights. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, hit it too many times. Accidentally dimmed it. Turning light 2 on, all the way up. Alrighty. Railroad remnants, some railroad ties. I wonder if the ties are actually underneath this, or most likely they ripped them up. Walking around in here, I gotta say, the state of Massachusetts actually did a great job as far as grading this. It's so smooth and easy to walk in here. These potholes and things up here are from water falling, digging the road apart. That'll happen with any dirt road. But they graded this really nice. And before they built it up like this, they actually did do a lot of cleanup. You see cans and stuff people threw here, but maybe a year ago. The amount of spray cans was 10 times worse than it was. It looks like they cleaned it up a bit, although some of these are almost rusted through. It's possible they just buried them with the grader. It's more than likely that's what it is. But they did a great job smoothing it out. There's not much of a drainage ditch here. Probably too rocky for the machinery. They would probably just build it up again, you know, add some new gravel with fill mixed in with it, and they leave the sides open for water. There must be some kind of drainage back the other side where this tunnel was designed to drain into, because when it was built, there must be some technical reason why they didn't drain it out towards the water. Maybe they didn't want pollutants from the train getting into the water. I don't know what's downstream from the reservoir, but there might be something. Because I know this reservoir was built to supply water to Boston. This train would be used, they'd drive it up here, fill up tankers, and they'd bring it back. That's why this was built in the first place. But it was closed in the 1950s, and shortly after the trestle and tracks were taken up. Hey, you think this was actually a real crime scene? Or somebody brought this in here just to take photos, maybe make a movie, something along those lines? Walking back, we showed that sign, but there literally is not a no trespassing sign on the entrance everyone comes to. Most likely stolen off, because it looks like people, yeah, I bet people were able to see. Look at this, literally with my finger, if I push this and push this after that one was off, I could literally steal the sign with no tools. Very smart of the DOT. You gotta put a giant washer, or better yet, they could grab a garbage sign that they're about to throw out, put it on the backside, tighten it up real nice. But they didn't think of that. And you can't even shut this gate easily. There's so much garbage in front of it. Oh, that might be their chain. It looks like they put a chain on the bottom and top in case someone did come with tools. They couldn't take it apart. But they forgot that bolt cutters existed, obviously. They're never going to keep people out of this place unless they weld heavy bars over it or brick it shut. Seriously, they're not going to keep people out of here. It's impossible. See these bolts that were broken off? There might have been some kind of railing here going up the side so you didn't fall, and then being connected to the top. This is pretty cool. Check out this giant water main gate valve. Look how many bolts put that pipe together. You got the gears up at the top where you would turn it. That is so cool. All right, everyone. Hope this video was interesting. Thanks for watching. I love that echo.